It's already recording. Hello, and happy Friday, beautiful people. Excuse me. I hope everybody is having a good week. You know, I know we got some hardworking people in the area, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to say, make sure that this week you honor your body, honor your mind, and if you are more fast-paced, moving around, grooving and moving and grooving, that you definitely take out some time to woosah. You definitely do something that you enjoy. Definitely set some time aside for yourself, just to honor you and just to thank your body, to thank you for getting up these days on Monday through Friday. If you got to sit in traffic, you know, if you just need extra patience on certain days, because certain people, you be like, but you know, okay? So I wanted today to talk about bees. You know, I was just telling a friend of mine that yesterday I went out and I was heading out to go do my afternoon runs, and a bee, he came right here, like he flew right here, and we were just looking at each other. And I was like, hey, my brother, like, some personal space, but no, it's okay. But I was really just so shocked and just so, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just amazing. I was telling him that I was like, oh, I wish, like, I could have captured it, because that would be the video that I'm using right now to, like, talk about bees. But I captured it in my heart. I feel like he came to me because he was like, yo, you got to tell the people about us. Bees are awesome sauce. And bees are essential in our life. First thing that I thought about when it pertains to bees is when you look at it from a spiritual meaning. And for people that know, you know, I'm really big on, like, how animals, and you might see an animal and they're like, oh, okay, I feel it, you know, the frequency, you know. So, but bees, when you look at it from a spiritual sense, and you just look at them as, when you really observe bees, they really stand for community. Like, they really work together to help keep their hive protected and flowing and full of abundance and prosperity. And I think that we could learn a thing or two from bees now. Okay, they stand together, they protect each other. So I wanted to get on some benefits of bees, some information, some facts on bees, and then also some alternatives to honey. I know some of you guys love your honey in your tea, or, right? I don't know, do people put honey in coffee? Well, if you put honey in coffee, you know, I want to talk about alternatives. These bees work hard to collect, to make this honey. This is their honey. You know, I feel like that was something that I was mentioning earlier. It's like, I think humans, we kind of removed the kinds and just left us as humans, because I feel like if we want something, we go out there and we just take it, and we don't care who we're hurting. And it's unfortunate, because that's not ours to take. The honey is not ours to take. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we really got to get back into compassion within ourselves to be able to help others, and not only humans, but also animals and native animals that we have right here in our land, like where we live, where you live. If you live in a different country than the United States, you got to protect your animals, got to protect your people, got to protect. And that's what I say, community. Like, we need each other, human beings and animals, to be able to stay on this planet and strive and live. Like, we gonna be out here surviving. You know, some of us are already out here surviving. We're forgetting the mindset of the beauty that we have surround us, because we have to make ends meet, or we have, and then I could go on a tangent about this. So let me rewind and pause, because we got to get back to the benefits of bees. But I just want to say how thankful I am for all the beautiful species that are on this planet, doing their job to make sure that this earth, Mother Earth, is taken care of. And I appreciate organizations that are out here being beautiful. All right. So bees pollinate a significant portion of our crops, contributing billions to the value of crop production in the country alone. Honeybees contribute to increased yields and superior quality crops for growers and American consumers. So let me tell you guys, I know, I was there too. So that's why anything I say, I'm not here to pass judgment, because I used to be somebody that, you know, you hear, oh, if a bee stings you, it's going to be this or that or this and that. And so you're like, oh no, get that bee away from me, get that bee. So you know, you're trying to remove or kill, or I'm not saying kill on my end, but I know there's probably people out here that don't have the best intentions for the bees, right? Because you don't want them to sting you. Okay, I hear you. You don't want the bee to sting. Somebody said, hold your breath. They don't like carbon dioxide. Hold your breath and they'll stay away. And I was hanging out with the homie bee yesterday, and we looked at each other. I don't know what he was saying, but he left. He flew away. You know, sometimes when we don't know something, we kind of react in fear. And then with fear, we kind of act a little bit cuckoo sometimes, or a little bit nervous sometimes, or maybe we won't make the best decisions sometimes. And you know what? No, like take out time to breathe before you make a reaction. Go to bed, you know, make sure that it's like, but anyway, shout out to bees. But you know, so my friend Justin has stated that in the fall, bees like to sleep in leaves. So make sure that, you know, you're not getting rid of all the leaves, because I know they're not the only bugs also that sleep in leaves. I heard that there's other bugs that sleep in leaves, but we could jump into that another day, you know. Did you know, we're gonna say some facts, a little fun facts. Bees have 5 eyes. First of all, they got their third eye open. They got all their eyes open. Nah. Bees are insects, so they have 6 legs. Male bees in the hives are called drones. Bees fly up to 20 miles per hour. Female bees in the hive, except the queen, are called worker bees. Number of eggs laid by queens is 2,000 per day is the high. Losing a stinger will cause a bee to die. There are over 4,000 species of native bees in the United States. Why I feel so tiny? The sea was like rolling down. Pew, pew, pew. Bees are related to the ant. Bees do drink water, just like all of us. We gotta stay hydrated. So one thing that I learned also is that like how we're transitioning into spring weather, when they're waking up, they might not have flowers that they're able to go to get some hydration. So you can actually give them some water. Now, being mindful, you don't want to put too much water because they can drown. So if you do have, I don't have an example of that's what I should have done, but if you have something that is shallow and that they can stand on, and then that's dry, that is surrounded by water, that they can be able to stand on and then drink the water, that's great. Or if you have something that has water, make sure, some people say they use marbles so that they can stand on the marble and be able to drink, but you have to make sure that when you're providing them water, that it is on they're able to access dry land, to be able to a dry surface, to be able to get some water. Nectar from about 2 million flowers make 1 pound of honey. Listen, nectar from about 2 million flowers make 1 pound of honey. Are we just taking the honey? Be intentional. Like, do you really need that honey? Okay, like, do you really need it? Now, you know now that this is a vegan community, so what we're gonna mention is gonna be vegan friendly, okay? We gotta help these bees, okay? So, maple syrup. Now, let me tell you guys, maple syrup is good. I actually use maple syrup when I make pancakes. You know, I don't get the regular, I get that one. It's like, ooh, okay. Blackstrap molasses, barley malt syrup, brown rice syrup, date syrup is a good one. It's a good one. Now, they actually have vegan honey. I never tried the vegan honey before, so I don't know. I can't vouch for that. Agave syrup is also another one too. But long story short is we gotta love our neighbors, and I get it, sometimes neighbors, you be like, really, neighbor? We gotta love our neighbors. We gotta love those around us. Take care of those around us. You know, I think this is a whole thing in itself too, but sometimes we love with conditions. Sometimes we love because we could get something out of it, or we love, you know, and we shouldn't. It's not right. It's not. And I know deep down too, that's not what your principles and values stand for. It's just not. But let me tell you guys, I get it. And there's this thing, you could take a jar, right, with garlic. This is good for this season. If you got the little bit of coughing or your throat is hurting, and normally you'll put the syrup will be the honey with the garlic, right? But we gotta change that out. So instead of the garlic, you can use maple syrup. Some people might even add some cinnamon in there too, but for people that are not really big on cinnamon, don't use that. All right, you guys, now, and I'm telling you guys, that's a great cough syrup. Keep being a better version of yourself, and just continue on being intentional and loving you and others. Love y'all.